So, Mac Davis, yesterday we put out the question to all the after chatters and the Mad Maxes out there, Mad Max out there, that if Goldberg wins the title from the Fiend, Saudi Arabia, what was the question?
What's next?
Yes, what's next? So I'm going to read some of the comments that fans left on our One Wrestling video channel. All right. The Real Frisco, hey, Real Frisco, thanks for chiming in, said Goldberg will put the Fiend over. Fiend is WWE's biggest upcoming star right now. There is no point of Goldberg winning this match. Okay, interesting. Now, this is a guy that when we did our live show, every week he was there, Joker Jack.
Yes.
Joker Jack says, honestly, putting the belt on Goldberg is strange. He isn't going to invest in a full-time schedule. Then again, Brock is the champ on Raw, but Goldberg getting the belt is not a good answer to taking the belt off Bray. Now, Roman is the best choice, and I agree with both Mr. Apter and Mr. Davis on that. But to me, a logical choice to push for a title run would be Cesaro. Really? Wow. That's interesting. He's been groomed a couple of times, was injured both times. He's still young enough to have a good run. Move Rusev over to, it says read more, move Rusev over to SmackDown and give him a run. Braun is young and will have a run later on. Adam Cole moving up to SmackDown would be a good choice. Agreed. I love the tournament idea. Tournaments are exciting because remember we said maybe Goldberg wins and vacates it.
I still don't think that would happen, though.
I don't either. Now, on your device that you're using right now, we're improvising this. Can you call up onewrestlingvideo.com?
I can on the computer next to me.
Yeah. Why don't you do that so you can read a couple of comments?
The picture here for just a second.
What's that? Oh,
well, hop out the picture for just
all right. Well, in the meantime, I will read some more of them. Spade says it's the Fiend's time now. All right, this is an interesting one. Wasteland Warriors 187 says Santa's sleigh versus the Fiend. Nobody will ever forget that. FU, who's next? We can't pronounce your screen name here. We're PG. It'll say, come on, Mac Davis. You can hear us, Mac?
I can hear you fine.
He says, Brock Lesnar doesn't do a spear. Brock Lesnar doesn't do the spear. Mac knew it. He just was speaking too fast. That's it.
Yep. Don't make a mistake because they will eat you alive on social media.
Let me know when you're able to read some comments here. So Seth Bullock says if Goldberg wins the belt, the Bray Wyatt Fiend character and his career is over. WWE taking the belt off their biggest star and putting it on a part-time wrestler who's north of 50 is career suicide for him, at least in WWE. Are you ready, Matt?
I can't get anything to pull up. My computer's giving me fits right now. So
we'll have you read the next week when we do this again. We'll get that all settled. Chuck Yank says, I don't care, just don't put the belt on Roman Reigns. Why do they hate Roman Reigns so much?
I still think that they need to back off of Roman Reigns like they have been. They've been doing a really good job of backing off of him, but bringing him in at the end to possibly get a title shot at WrestleMania, I still just don't think that's the right choice. I can understand why the fans think, they think at this point that, it's not him, just not him. Another year from now, maybe.
So do you think, a lot of people say they've stuffed Roman Reigns down our throats too much? Right. I don't think so. I think we've watched this guy come from someone who was fairly good to someone who's really come into his own at this point. And all the fans that knock him when they see him at the arena, they're like, whoo! They love him. All right, so I'm going to go over.
He's got a presence about him that he carries that it factor wherever he goes. He's great in the ring. I don't have any complaints when it comes to his actual wrestling abilities and his character or anything else. I just think that the WWE made a mistake by shoving him down our throats, and it made the fans regurgitate him right back, and they're not ready for him yet. They're still not ready.
All right, so let's go down the card that's going to take place on Thursday. It's Super Showdown. It'll be the New Day, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, against The Miz and John Morrison. I am picking The Miz and Morrison. They've got momentum. I think they're going to take the belts. Yeah,
I agree.
thumbs down. Okay.
I agree.
Then we have Brock Lesnar, the champion, versus Ricochet. Now, is Brock Lesnar going to eat Ricochet up? Because I think he is. I think there's been great hype all about Ricochet, and he's a tremendous wrestler. He really is. But I think Brock Lesnar is going to eat him up, and something's going to happen to, The Undertaker is going to be at this show. And I just have a feeling that something's going to happen where The Undertaker might make an appearance after this match.
I agree. I don't think Ricochet is walking away with the win, but I think he'll look strong no matter what, though.
Okay. Roman Reigns in a steel cage match against King Corbin. Roman Reigns, even though Corbin's got all these guys with him, Roman Reigns is going to kick the royal crap out of King Corbin, in my opinion.
I can't wait to see King Corbin. I can't wait for King Corbin to come back in a different gimmick down the line, where you can take him a little bit more seriously, because he's a great talent in the ring. And he's another one of those guys that a lot of people don't realize just how good he is and where he came from. So I'm impressed with him. I just want to see a different gimmick down the line.
All right, now we've talked about Bray Wyatt against Goldberg. AJ Styles Lashley versus Eric Rowan versus R-Truth versus Rusev, gauntlet match for the Tuag Trophy. Now, I understand Rusev is not going to be there, and I do believe Rey Mysterio is going to replace him. It's either Rusev, no, Andrade would be cleared by then. I am picking AJ Styles to win that gauntlet match. No?
No. R-Truth.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I love R-Truth.
Especially in WWE. AJ Styles. Who are you picking in truth? Who are you picking?
AJ Styles.
Okay. Now we've got the new Bayley, who's become such a great bad girl, a heel, versus Naomi for the Bayley SmackDown Women's Championship match. I see Naomi taking that. I think there's a lot of fan momentum spurring her to victory.
We haven't disagreed on the match, I don't believe, because I agree with you again.
Okay. And then we have the Messiah, Seth Rollins, and Murphy versus the Street Profits, and that's for Rollins and Murphy's Raw Tag Team titles. And although the Street Profits are fun and cool and almost like related to the New Day gimmick, Rollins and Murphy can't lose that match, in my opinion. What do you think?
The first match we disagree on.
Oh,
I think the Street walk away with the win.
You think the Street Profits are going to get the win on that one? All right. Well, we definitely are disagreeing on that one, Mac Davis. So we will see who is correct, who is right, and don't forget, by the way, that if you out there have a question of the week for our usual weekly segment, Mac Davis, where can they email their question of the week?
It's a real easy email address. It's after chat. Let me start that again. After chat really question of the week. I said how easy it was.
Really?
After chat question of the week at gmail.com.
All right. And fans, by the way, I know people used to always put an N in my name, Abner, because Dusty Rhodes used to say, "This is Willie Abner, my buddy here, if you will." There's no N in it. It's APTEO, like chapter without the CH. So that's where to send it. So we will, don't forget to send in. And by the way, if your question is used on our show, you will get absolutely free a copy of the Best of the Actor chat.
One more thing, too, I want to mention before we go. We were talking about some guests that will be at the April 25th show at the Superstars Fan Fest in Rome, Georgia. And I don't even think I mentioned the biggest names that are on that card, on that event, which is Sting, Eric Bischoff, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So those are three big names just in themselves, along with all the others that we mentioned just the other night.
And we'll be there too. Do you know why? Because everyone's got their price. Mac Davis, is wrestling fixed?
I didn't know it was broken.
All right, we'll see you
at the matches.